That's coming out in our top political story, which is coming out from Bihar, because politicians, it seems, are out to polarize Bihar on caste lines in the run-up to the assembly polls next month. The Election Commission today has seen red over RJD chief Lalu Prasad Yadav's alleged casteist remark. Lalu had described the upcoming state polls as a battle between forward and backward castes. Poll watchdog has now ordered an FIR to be filed against Lalu for violating the poll code. But despite the EC heat, an unfazed Lalu says he will continue to make comments on caste fault lines. This after RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat's recent remarks over re-evaluating the reservation system. The NDA also playing its own caste card. Its leader and Union Minister Giriraj Singh promising that the NDA will elect either an extremely backward caste leader or a Dalit if there was a CM candidate from their side. Okay, so the big story coming in from Bihar, an FIR has been filed against Lalu Prasad for his alleged casteist comments. Manoj Jha, spokesperson of the RJD, joining me. S.Y. Qureshi, former Chief Election Commissioner. Pawan Kumar Verma, Member of Parliament of the Janata Dal United, also joined in a moment by Sambit Patra, National Spokesperson of the BJP. But let me come first to the two political parties who find themselves in the dock. First to you, Manoj Jha, because your leader, an FIR has been filed for his comment when he says this is a direct fight between backward castes and forward castes, and all Yaduvanshis and other backward castes must rally to ensure the defeat of the NDA candidates. Isn't this a blatant violation of the model code of conduct? There shall be no appeal to caste or communal feelings for securing votes. You attack the BJP for raising community feelings. You're raising caste feelings.
Rajdeep,
yes.
I think I have said it often that Lalu Prasad ji and RJD, they happen to be the favorite whipping boy of Indian politics, and we have taken it in our stride. We don't mind. We have got used to it. Number two.
No, please answer my question.
Dear Prime Minister,
is this an appeal
Rajdeep,
Mr. Manoj Jha, please answer my question directly. When Lalu Prasad says this is a direct fight between backward castes and forward castes, and Yaduvanshis and other backward castes must rally to ensure the defeat of the NDA candidate, this is a caste war, a Mahabharat he calls it, between backward caste and forward caste. Is that not an appeal on grounds of casteism?
Rajdeep, you did not allow me to finish. I was just preparing to tell you the background of it.
Yes.
Now my Prime Minister goes to Muzaffarpur on 25th of July. He makes three very distinct provocative statement with regard to Yaduvanshis. Please check your archival material, Rajdeep. I can bet I will come to your debate. Mr. Prime Minister, he is the greatest showman on this earth. Nobody will raise question on him. It was he who first raised issue on Yaduvanshis. We never talked about it. And then Mr. Mohan Bhagwat looks for an alibi to do away with reservation. Do we expect elections come and go? We might lose, we might win, but we cannot allow the support base, the Dalits, the backwards to feel depressed that there is a dispensation at the Delhi which is wanting to do away with reservation because it does not suit their agenda.
I am only going, sirs, by the model code. No, just a minute. You made your point. I am only going by the model code of conduct at the moment. Pawan Verma, please tell me the manner in which Lalu Prasad and even members of the Janata Dal United are appealing now after Mohan Bhagwat's statement on grounds of caste. Is it a violation, according to you, of the model code of conduct or not? Or do you believe it is legitimate politics to play in a state like Bihar, which is caste-ridden?
Quick response, Rajdeep. First of all, caste is a reality of India, not only in Bihar but across. If you don't believe me, check the matrimonial ads which come out in the leading English newspapers. They are classified according to caste.
Second, how is it different then for an appeal to Hinduism?
If caste is a reality,
how is it different to an appeal to Hinduism? When the BJP appeals to Hinduism, you say it's community driven. What's the difference?
Unfortunately, Rajdeep, if you don't allow your panelists to even begin an argument, then I'm afraid the debate becomes similar.
Please go ahead. Please tell me the difference between this and what you claim the BJP does.
Yeah, I'm trying to do so if you will allow me to complete that.
Please go ahead.
I was saying caste is a reality and social justice is a perfectly valid platform for any election in a society like ours where there are extreme socio-economic and educational discrepancies even today. If a leader in an election says that I am fighting for the greater empowerment of those castes and classes which have been for centuries been oppressed or are marginalized or are downtrodden or exploited in order to give them their due as per the constitutionally mandated provision of reservation and other provisions which provide for affirmative action. In what way is this an infringement of any law relating to a free and fair election? He is not inciting those castes to resort to violence.
He's asking them to vote on caste lines.
Other castes. He is saying
he's making a direct appeal to caste for securing votes.
Yes, and I'm answering you directly. And I'm saying this with complete sobriety, Rajdeep. If he's telling these people that your empowerment is threatened because of the claim of the demand being made by no less than the Sar Sanchalak of the RSS that the system of reservation and arakshan should be reviewed. The RSS Sar Sanchalak is the supremo in the BJP RSS Parivar. He makes this statement on the eve of the Bihar elections. Empowerment through reservation is one of the most powerful avenues of upward mobility in Bihar, which is a poor and backward state. Then can we or can we not say that if you want to preserve this right given to you by this constitution, please fight to preserve it so that it is not taken away from you through the back door by setting up a committee which has nothing to do either with Parliament or with the Supreme Court or with the Constitution. What is wrong with this? Social justice and economic growth are two sides of the same coin.
You know, it's interesting, when an appeal is made on grounds of caste, you say it's social justice. When the BJP is accused of making an appeal in terms of Hinduism, it's called communal. But Sambit Patra respond. Many are saying
inciting religious hatred.
Okay, it's religious hatred.
Inciting religious hatred, Rajdeep.
Okay,
I'm very surprised at your question.
No,
if you're trying to equate the two,
okay.
The BJP uses religious hatred as a means of polarizing votes.
Okay, that's a good point to
in order to maximize its vote bank.
Sambit Patra, please, the point which is being made by Pawan Verma and Manoj Jha is that there is a distinction between an appeal to caste, which they say is effectively a reality, and they are looking at caste empowerment. Made as much of an appeal to caste as anybody or any other party. BJP now is promoting religious hatred, which is the difference, and you are also making a caste appeal. Look at what your leader today has said, Giriraj Singh. He says the leader should be from a Dalit, OBC, Mahadalit. So the BJP is also now looking at caste politics. What's the difference between?
प्रसाद यादव was ये चुनाव अगड़े और पिछड़े के बीच लड़ाई है. That it is a fight between the ones who are the forward caste and a fight between the forward caste and the backward caste. Our leader never said that it's a fight. He said that, well, yes, the Dalits and the backwards should be projected as the chief minister. There is a heaven and hell difference between these two statements. Secondly, look, Rajdeep, let me very scientifically decipher as to why such kind of statements are coming from the RJD and the JDU. The word is desperation. It is simple desperation. I've never seen JDU spokesperson Mr. Pawan Verma, and I've never seen Manoj Bhai also. No, please, sir, please, look. The desperation is evident everywhere. I tell you, desperation of existence, versus desperation to change the scenario of Bihar. Pawanji never interrupts otherwise. Look, he has also changed his personality, and this is because of desperation. I'm telling you, Rajdeep. All this is because of desperation. Desperation of existence on one side,
Patra,
and desperation to change
is it not true that Mohan Bhagwat's statement, is it not true that Mohan Bhagwat's statement in a way has embarrassed your party to the point where you had to distance yourself? Therefore, in politics, if Mohan Bhagwat makes a statement, is Lalu Prasad entitled to respond to it or not?
Now give me some time, because this is a very serious affair. I need some time to answer this. Number one, as far as Mr. Mohan Bhagwat ji is concerned, Mr. Mohan Bhagwat's statement should not be misconstrued out of the context. The context in which he spoke was Deen Dayal ji's birthday, and he was speaking about integrated humanism, which is the concept of Deen Dayal Upadhyay. He categorically stated that Antyodaya, the basic concept of Deen Dayal Upadhyay, where the man standing on the last row of the line, in fact, should be promoted first. So in fact, he was speaking about additive effect of promotion of backwardness, as to how the people who are backward should be promoted in a better way. In no way did he comment upon the present reservation policy. The effect of this was clarified by RSS.
Entitled to respond to it or not? Let me just play out for a moment.
Yes. Yes, no, yes. Can I answer this very important question of yours?
Yes.
Lalu Prasad in a democratic country is entitled to respond to any and every statement. But the response shows the desperation in the sense that if Lalu Prasad Yadav or his friends, Mr. Nitish Kumar and the Congress, would have really worked in the 35 years of their Raj, 420 months to be precise, in this 420 months, if they would have really worked for the development of Bihar, they would have been showcasing development, not talking about religion and caste.
Just a minute. I just want to play the exact statement that Lalu Prasad made and then get the former Chief Election Commissioner, Dr. S.Y. Qureshi, to respond. Is this a violation of the Model Code of Conduct or not? Let's listen in first to Lalu Prasad.
तो एक आदमी पर बैठेगा तीन ये लड़ाई है बैकवर्ड फॉरवर्ड उठाओ दलितों पिछड़ों गरीब लोगों.
S.Y. Qureshi, is that a violation of the election code of conduct to call for a war between the forward and backward castes?
Well, Rajdeep says the matter is already before the Election Commission. I think I should not preempt what they are going to decide on it. They are very wise people. To me, it looks like a little vague, in the sense that it's not an appeal in the name of a particular caste, that you belong to my caste, vote for me. But it does refer to casteism, upper caste and lower caste. So it's a matter of interpretation. But the sad reality and irony of India's elections and democracy is that instead of casteism, communalism disappearing, the elections have promoted these two. For 60 years ago, those who did not remember their caste, now they know their subcaste and sub-subcaste, because the vote banks have decided on that basis. So communalism, casteism and corruption has actually increased because of elections, and which is very, very paradoxical.
Sir, let me quote from the Model Code of Conduct. No party or candidate shall include in any activity which may aggravate existing differences or create mutual hatred or cause tension between different castes and communities, religious or linguistic. Are you telling me what Lalu Prasad says, sir, will not promote caste hatred in some way? Just as Pawan Verma is saying on this program, BJP promotes religious hatred. Will statement saying Yaduvanshis must rise as once not provoke caste hatred, sir?
No. Actually, that could not very clearly hear what Laluji was saying. He was speaking in his local dialect, probably.
Yes.
But I said it's a very kind of a vague case. It can be interpreted both ways. I would like to interpret it as a casteist remark, because any appeal in the name of caste, and this is an appeal in the name of caste, and anything which aggravates caste differences,
right,
and societal differences, is something which the Election Commission is always concerned about.
You know, respond to that, Manoj Jha. You know, the fact is, why not be open about, Manoj Jha, about the fact that yes, we are appealing on the basis of caste. We are, that is our raison d'etre. We are appealing to our Yadav caste. Why not say that?
Rajdeep, that's certainly not our raison d'etre. I must tell you, if promoting public enmity between communities and caste was effectively handled by the Election Commission, BJP would have been de-recognized as a political party. I can assure you, please verify all the data. Secondly, Rajdeep, asking for minimization of caste-based discrimination, my minister tells me that 52.6% people in this country are homeless. And we ask, We ask, because of our commitment, who are they? It is not casteism, Rajdeep. Please broaden your horizon of what constitutes development, and please don't make Bihar a binary
Mr.
of
Manoj
caste
Jha,
versus development.
Lalu Prasad is not using the word Garib. He is using the word Yaduvanshi. He is using the word Yaduvanshi. Yaduvanshis must come together.
Rajdeep, I also heard the video you played. The third sentence was Garib Gurba, and second sentence was Yaduvanshi. And I have told you, my dear Prime Minister has used it 4 times. How do you look at it?
Sambit Patra respond.
Be fair.
Sambit Patra respond. Sambit Patra in Bihar, when Narendra Modi has gone, he has also focused on his OBC status. So when Narendra Modi goes to Bihar, he prays on his OBC status. So Lalu Prasad is playing his Yadav card. Today Giriraj Singh is saying the Chief Minister will be OBC or Mahadalit.
You have to differentiate. Where lies the problem? The problem lies in the fact that Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav has in fact called for a street fight. He has categorically said that this election is a fight between the upper caste and the lower caste. And this is something which is classical definition of Jungle Raj. Jungle Raj means fight on the streets. Fight between human beings. Please, he may shake his head. Naturally, he is a spokesperson of RJD. He is not supposed to nod his head when I speak the truth. So that naturally, this is what was the summary of the Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav statement. Now, Mr. Manoj Jha, when he says that 52.6% of the people in this country are homeless, then naturally he is indicting his own people. That's what I was talking about.
Landless.
35 years, landless, homeless, poor, under poverty, who are to be blamed? The Congress spokesperson is not over here. Otherwise, Rajdeep, you should have asked him as to why. For all these years, such a huge amount of people are homeless. And what is Lalu Prasad Yadav saying?
Sambit Patra, are you saying only RJD and JDU appeal on caste in Bihar? Look at your list. Your list is entirely driven by caste politics. Is it not true that caste is a living reality? Is it not true that every political party in Bihar today is looking at the elections through the prism of caste? Yes or no?
No, see, if you go into the list, we have given tickets to people, residents of Bihar. Naturally, they would have a caste. They are not aliens from Mars or Jupiter that they would not have a caste. But caste was not the basis on which ticket was given. Whether they would be victorious or not, whether they would be performing or not, whether they are talented or not, was the judging. Was the issue on which the ticket was given.
That's an interesting spin.
Look at what Lalu.
That's an interesting spin.
No, not a spin. That's a reality.
Okay, let me bring in Pawan Verma for a final word. Pawan Verma, you started this by saying caste is a living reality.
Okay, let me sum it up.
And you've raised the issue of social justice.
Let me sum it up.
Is it not true that at the end of the day, every political party in this election in Bihar is playing the caste card? Yes or no?
I will sum it up by saying caste is a reality, and I think all political parties keep that in mind. Dr. Qureshi said that there was a time when people did not remember their caste. I want to say with great humility that in spite of a great deal of development our country has seen, today a Mahadalit is not allowed to forget his caste. That is the reality of our country. And for political parties which fight or wish to provide social justice to those who have been marginalized for centuries, to convert that into an interpretation of inciting a caste war is a totally wrong interpretation. Let me also add to you that in 5 years, Bihar had the highest growth rate of all states in India. The GDP doubled, the per capita income doubled, the poverty, people below the poverty line came down from 55% to 35%. That means 20% were redeemed from below the poverty line. So all-round development of Bihar is a priority. But within that development, there is a vast swathe of Bihar which is very impoverished and poor, like in other parts of India.
Sir, now you're giving me a speech
which has an identification with caste.
Yes, so
and therefore to give them social justice is a very valid political plank.
Okay. Therefore, you're saying it's a valid political plank.
The Prime Minister said,
therefore, an appeal for
accurately that he is the first OBC Prime Minister.
The fact, therefore, is that all of you are appealing. Therefore, all of you are appealing on the basis of caste. That is the living reality. The living reality of Bihar is all of you are fighting this election, playing the caste card. You can say social justice. The BJP can say development. The fact is, you are playing the caste card. Lalu Prasad is the first to have an FIR. By the time these elections are over, many more may have FIRs filed against them. Manoj Jha, Sambit Patra, Dr. Qureshi, Pawan Verma, appreciate your joining us on our top talking point.